Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Caldari Corporations. The Caldari state is a corporate state through and through, controlled by 8 powerful megacorporations and with a myriad of corporate entities operating at every level of society. State organizations. While the Caldari state is controlled by the megacorp, the strong national cohesion of the state has led to a number of corporations fulfilling various roles found in the central governments of other empires. Chief Executive Panel. The Chief Executive Panel is a political entity jointly owned and run by the Caldari megacorporations. The CEOs of the megacorporations sit on the board of the panel and make sure the megacorporations don't go overboard in competing with each other, smoothing over potential conflicts before they escalate out of control. The panel also handles the foreign policy of the Caldari state. It is the closest thing to a Caldari government as there ever will be. Caldari Business Tribunal. The Caldari are not known to bicker over lost deals or ruthless competition, but when they do, this is the place they come to. The tribunal is the only organization within the Caldari state authorized to cancel deals or agreements made between companies. Caldari Navy. The Caldari Navy is smaller in personnel and total ships than both the Federation Navy and the Imperial Navy, yet they have more battleships than any other fleet, and the average age of the Caldari ships is considerably less. This is because the Caldari are constantly replacing their oldest ships with newer ones, with better high-tech equipment. The strategic doctrine of the Caldari Navy is simple: to be able to defeat any other navy in the world. Most experts believe it is. House of Records. The fragmentation of the Caldari government has often proved to be problematic when it comes to documenting events, deals and communications. The House of Records was set up by the Caldari megacorporations to act as a central source for all this information. Information on all transactions, business deals and governmental involvements within the state must be sent here and are stored in huge data banks. State Peacekeepers. The Caldari state required little in the way of ground troops, until the reconquest of Caldari Prime and the war over Black Rise. Previously, the megacorporations saw to the security and peace of their own ground territories. The emergency conditions of the occupation of Caldari Prime called for the formation of the State Peacekeepers, a force that is now established as an arm of the Caldari military. State Protectorate. We are the state, and we have claimed our long-lost homeland. Now we are at war, united, whole and full of fire and purpose. The state calls you, Capsuleer, for it needs your strength and your leadership to fend off the encroaching Valenti menace. The state will not fall. Join us. Fight. Conquer. The Megacorp. The ruling Big 8 megacorp are overwhelmingly dominant powers in the Caldari state, operating as sovereigns within the corporate state and controlling the lives of the vast majority of Caldari citizens. CBD Corporation. The CBD Corporation is one of the biggest exporters and importers in Caldari space. The corporation has established trade links far and wide, with a huge amount of goods in constant fluctuation. Hyacida Corporation. Hyacida is one of the oldest of the Caldari megacorporations, having been formed shortly after first contact with the Galanteans when the Caldari were still in the industrial age. It's conservative and cautious, but adheres to the old saying, "Only the paranoid survive." Ishikone Corporation. Ishikone was for a long time the feeblest of the Caldari mega-corporations, but contact with the Jovians changed that. Ishikone was the first company to establish trade links with the Jovians and received the capsule technology from the Jovians, which made Ishikone billions of ISK in revenue before other companies could catch up. Ishikone is still reaping the rewards of their good relations with the Jovians, and it possesses the most advanced technology outside Jove space. Caldari Corporation. The largest of the Caldari mega corporations, KK, as it is commonly known as, has its fingers in most everything. They are manufacturers, distributors, retailers and researchers, as well as being a formidable voice in Caldari politics. Their great rivals in both business and politics is the Sukhavesta Corporation. Lai Dai Corporation. Lai Dai has always advocated quality over quantity, and their products have always been of the highest standard. Lai Dai has an energetic research program and rivals the great Ishikone in technological achievements. Nugoihuvi Corporation. The only Caldari mega corporation that has focused on the entertainment industry. NOH, as they're commonly called, have always been suspected of strong ties to the Caldari underworld, mainly because many of their products cater to that social element or are on the borderline of legality. Sukhavesta Corporation. Sukhavesta, or Suvi as it is commonly called, is the largest real estate dealer within the Caldari state. It is estimated that they and the companies under them own nearly 40% of all land in Caldari space. Suvi is the second largest of the Caldari mega corporations and is known for its ruthless, often unethical, business practices. Wayurkami Corporation. Wayurkami is one of the two Caldari mega corporations where the largest shareholders is a family. Wayurkami is still owned by the founding Saituota family, a name that has always been associated with honor and trustworthiness in Caldari business. Corporate security. Each of the big 8 megacorp maintains their own fleets and armies, with the combined forces of the corporate security forces considerably outnumbering the official state armed forces. Corporate police force. Corporate police force is the police and security arm of the Hyacida mega corporation. As the mega corporations only trust each other so much, they all have their own police force to guard their properties. Home Guard. Home Guard is the police and security arm of the Caldari mega corporation. Internal security. Internal security is the police and security arm of the NOH mega corporation. Ishikone Watch. Ishikone Watch is the police and security arm of the Ishikone mega corporation. Lai Dai Protection Service. Lai Dai Protection Service is the police and security arm of the Lai Dai mega corporation. Peace and Order Unit. Peace and Order Unit is the police and security arm of the Sukhavesta mega corporation. Space Lane Patrol. Space Lane Patrol is the police and security arm of the CBD mega corporation. Wayurkami Peace Corps. Wayurkami Peace Corps is the police and security arm of the Wayurkami mega corporation. Commercial subsidiaries. Most Caldari corporations are subsidiaries of one of the big 8 megacorp, though some are joint enterprises and a few are nominally independent or family-owned companies. Caldari Constructions. After the Great Exodus during the Caldari breakout, when the Caldari left their home planet, a new state had to be built from the scratch in very short time. Caldari Constructions was one of the companies that participated in that great effort, and it has been living on this past achievement ever since. Though not very active anymore in the wheeling and dealing of power politics, it still holds some very valuable cards on its hand. Caldari Funds Unlimited. Caldari Funds Unlimited is an umbrella organization for many of the largest pension funds in the Caldari state. These funds have extremely deep pockets, but they are also extremely careful what they do with their money. The CFU has participated in some great investment programs in the past, but they refrain from anything that is remotely risky. Caldari Provisions. Caldari Provisions is one of the companies that were created by war veterans of the Caldari War. Specializing in the distribution of supply and logistics, Caldari Provisions have carved themselves a nice little niche within the Caldari state and are looking towards expanding their operation in other empires. Caldari Steel. Founded during the Caldari War to feed the Caldari war machine. Changed focus slightly after the war but still prides itself of its missile systems. CBD Cell Division. Originally part of the mother company CBD, the CBD Cell Division was made independent some years ago in an effort to revitalize the stale retail business of the company. This paid off, and the Cell Division has shown steady profit ever since it was created. Deep Core Mining Incorporated. Deep Core Mining is a young company that was founded on the basis of a revolutionary new mining drill technology. This new technology, details of which have never been revealed, gives much higher yield than older techniques and has promoted DCM to the top echelon of mining companies very quickly. Echelon Entertainment. Echelon Entertainment was created by the Kyoto Corporation as a direct answer to NOH. Though NOH still has an overwhelming market share in the entertainment industry, Echelon Entertainment has still managed to shine on its own, and their products are becoming more and more popular. Expert Distribution. The Expert brand can today be seen in all major cities in the world of EVE. This retail company has seen phenomenal growth in the last decade, thanks to their self-service policy and low overhead. Part of the NOH family, Expert Distribution is Caldari's answer to the large Galantean retail chains that have dominated the market in the past. Expert Housing. Expert Housing was founded at the same time as Expert Distribution, but the two sibling companies have fared very differently. While Expert Distribution has been a continuous success story, Expert Housing has suffered in a tough, highly competitive real estate market. The company is on the lookout for investment funds, which it hopes will help revive it. Mercantile Club. The Mercantile Club has grown from being a simple gentleman's club into a full-fledged political entity. Such are the peculiarities of the Caldari governmental apparatus. The Mercantile Club is a meeting place for diplomats, businessmen, CEOs and politicians to make deals and discuss matters of the state. Mine Drill. Mine Drill traces its history back to the war with the Federation, to a special force unit within the Caldari Navy that rigged asteroids with explosives and used them as booby traps. After the war, the personnel in the unit created Mine Drill and used their special knowledge to quickly gain prominence within the mining industry. Modern Finances. The largest investment company in the world of EVE, Modern Finances is a progressive corporation willing to take chances and bet on high-risk projects. The company has helped many prominent Caldari companies break out of the Caldari state and establish markets elsewhere, but Modern Finances are also heavily involved in foreign investment, especially in the Connaught Kingdom. Perk One. One of the few remaining Caldari corporations that were founded during the industrial age on Caldari Prime, before the arrival of the Galanteans. Perk One took to the Galanteans like ducks to water and had its glory days in the years leading up to the war with the Federation. After the war, Perk One has struggled, but still manages to produce solid, high-quality equipment. Paksu Mineral Group. Paksu was founded by a group of independent miners. Through shrewd business deals and solid mining income, Paksu has slowly grown to join the ranks of the big boys in Caldari corporate politics. Prompt Delivery. Prompt Delivery is an express delivery company that operates mainly within the Caldari state. They have a fast, efficient, quality service, but the price of this excellence is that they must keep the company small and compact. Propel Dynamics. Propel Dynamics was founded by the team that discovered the first functional warp drive for short jumps within a system. Though it has never managed to live up to its early expectation, the company has always turned out innovative and interesting designs that have driven the field of propulsion forward. Rapid Assembly. Manufacturer of cheap gadgets and low-level equipment, Rapid Assembly is by no means a driving force in the manufacturing sector. By catering to low-budget buyers, they fill an important niche, unsexy as it may be. Top Down. Top Down is a small manufacturing company that specializes in component assembling. It is owned by the Lai-Dai Corporation, which provides it with new technology to keep up with other manufacturing companies. Although Top Down has never really taken off, many believe their products to be of the highest quality on the market, as befits a company associated with Lai-Dai. State and Region Bank. The State and Region Bank represents old money, money from the old, established upper-class families. In recent years, with younger and more energetic management, the bank has become more involved in space industry investment, though on a small scale. Itairai. Itairai is a rare example of an outsider company that manages to establish itself within the Caldari state. Formerly an underworld smuggling company, Itairai adjusted its operation to gain admittance into the state. Since then the company has flourished and is one of the fastest growing companies in Caldari space. Zainu. A biotech company founded by the eccentric Tadu Kirkinen, the first man to have his mind transferred into a machine. Zainu has from its inception been at the forefront of biochemical and nanomechanical research. Its headquarters are described as a combination of a mad scientist's lab and a jungle zoo. Zero-G Research Firm. A small research firm that specializes in space habitats and other life support modules for humans. In its heyday, Zero-G was hailed as the great hope of the Caldari people, but the company has been in a steady decline for the last few decades. Caldari Schools. The Caldari state prides itself on the military training, technical education, and scientific research carried out at its premier academic institutions. School of Applied Knowledge. The School of Applied Knowledge focuses mainly on technical studies and is considered the best school for aspiring engineers. The school collaborates with many leading Caldari corporations, which benefits the school, the companies, and not the least the students. Science and Trade Institute. Like all Caldari schools, STI has a very formal curriculum that focuses primarily on the practical side of education. This results in a very dull and tedious learning process, but one that is remarkably efficient. State War Academy. The State War Academy was founded shortly after the Caldari state came into being while the war with the Galendi Federation was still in full swing. Due to this, the Academy has always had a very combat-oriented slant, as opposed to the broader scope of ship handling. Mercenary companies. Corporate intrigues, clandestine operations, and occasional open wars between the megacorps and their various satellite corporations are an accepted and constant part of the business of the Caldari state. As a result, private military companies have proliferated in Caldari territory. Commando Perk-1. While its star has long faded in favor of the Big 8 megacorporations, the PERC-1 Corporation maintains a strong presence in the market. The Commando PERC-1 subsidiary was established after its interests in the construction equipment industry made it aware of a demand for troops to defend corporate facilities on new colonies and in remote territories. Expert Intervention. Expert Intervention is the latest business launched under the NOH Megacorporation's Expert brand, drawing on the expertise of members of NOH's Internal Security Division to forge a military contracting company. Some may observe that this would account for the ruthlessness evident in Expert Intervention's operations to date, but any qualms on this account do not seem to have reduced demand for the corporation's services. Ikomario New Enforcement. Ikomario New is a respected security firm consulted by many corporations in the Caldari state and beyond. The Ikomario New Enforcement subsidiary is regularly hired for those occasions when a demonstrated ability to directly seize assets is preferable to business negotiations, or a lengthy case before the courts. Intera Direct Action. Vino. Even by Caldari standards, the Intera family is regarded by many as little more than a gang of cutthroats and is barely tolerated by the Caldari megacorporations. Regardless, the Intera have demonstrated remarkable skill in surviving, and own a number of corporations spread across many planets. The Intera Direct Action Corporation is the family's venture into the mercenary field and in true Intera style happily sells its services to the highest bidder. Isuea Tactical. The Isuea name is old and storied, with the very first Caldari Corporation founded by the family many centuries ago. That corporation was long ago subsumed by a competitor, but the Isuea family remains and has a well-deserved reputation for providing excellent officers to the Caldari military. Building on that reputation, the Isuea Tactical Corporation has developed into a mercenary contracting and brokerage house of some note. Kinsho Swords. With a name alluding to an old Rada Empire practice of hiring skilled generals for gold, and an even older tradition of reckoning the size of armies by the number of swords that could be commanded, Kinsho is a corporation determined to make its mark in the lucrative planetary warfare field. Kirkinen Risk Control. Kirkinen Risk Control specialized in developing and supplying cyber warfare defense solutions before it diversified into researching other leading-edge military technologies. Ultimately, the corporation acquired access to the latest combat implants through a research contract and was able to gain a license to exploit the technology. The evolution into a mercenary contracting house was the next logical step. Onikanabo Brigade. Bearing an extremely sinister name linked to an organized crime clan from Caldari Prime, the Onikanabo Brigade is regarded with some disdain by most Caldari. This does not stop Caldari megacorporations making use of the services of this independent mercenary brigade when it suits them, and the Onikanabo accept contracts without fear or favor. Osman Surveillance. As with many mercenary corporations authorized to carry out planetary operations by the Caldari Executive Panel, Osman Surveillance began life as part of the personal army of one of the great families of the Caldari state. The Osman, owners of the Hyacida megacorporation. Now rumored to have gone rogue, but retaining Caldari corporate status, the infiltration and black operations wing of the Osman family militia has turned into a ruthless mercenary corporation willing to take any job from any client. Saitooda Task Force Command. Founded by the reclusive Saitooda family, the mercenary company that bears their name is believed to be controlled by one of the losers in a bitter family war for supremacy over the military-industrial powerhouse, that is the Wairakami megacorporation. While some of the contracts lately fulfilled by the command may have tarnished the Saitooda reputation for honor, the unimpeachable reliability of their word has, if anything, been enhanced by the lengths to which its mercenaries go to complete a job. Storm Wind Strike Force. The Caldari people have always seen the winds as an important force in their spiritual life, and the spirit called Storm Wind has a special significance for the Caldari military. Adopting the mystique of this wind spirit for themselves, Storm Wind Strike Force is a small mercenary corporation that makes extensive use of contract soldiers to supplement its own capabilities. Zumari Force Projection. Standing somewhat above the internecine fray of the Caldari megacorporations and great families, Zumari Force Projection represents a cold and implacable focus on getting the job done and collecting on its contracts. Founded by the famed Navy commander Minato Zumari, the tactical organization of the mercenary company is almost indistinguishable from Caldari state military structures. Nevertheless, this is seen as nothing more than efficiency by the Zumari board, and is secondary to the pursuit of profit by the company. Outlawed organizations. There may be some notable criminal gangs and terrorist groups of Caldari origin, but, if anything, that origin makes the state authorities and Megacorps hunt them down even more determinedly. Templiste Dragonors. The Templiste Dragonors are an ultranationalist Caldari organization whose origins date back to the Tikiona states. Considered terrorists by most governments, they are the most anti-Galantean political entity in New Eden, and it is rumored that they were involved in the destruction of Nouvelle Rovena.